will Amazon cast to play the 7th 007? Hollywood insiders are predicting someone young, someone unknown, like it has always been. But I'm predicting that's not going to be it, and I think it's going to be someone in their 40s and someone famous. Someone like Henry Cavill or similar. So here's my prediction, and here's why. Welcome to The Whistle. I'm your host, Jen Whitfield. Counting down the reasons why I think Bond is going to be Henry Cavill or someone close. Here's reason number 5. Number 5, Bond is a veteran. So in the DNA of who James Bond is, you can change some things and you can't change other things. So when you recast him and when you modernize it, you have to change stuff, but that's risky. So what do we know about Bond? What's in his DNA? He's a spy for MI6. He's an upper-class British gentleman. He's charismatic, he's suave, he's debonair. He's a womanizer, and he is a traumatized, reclusive veteran who withdraws from meaningful relationships. So what can be changed and what can't? Well, if you change too much, you lose the thing that makes him Bond, because there's like a million spy shows out there with MI6 that it's just not unique enough. So you can't change him too much. But if you don't change him a little bit, I think fans are going to revolt. And I think that's the tricky dilemma for the new Bond. He can't be too much of a womanizer because the first movie was made in the sexual revolution of the 60s. And that's what the audience expects, especially the audience that knows Bond and likes him. But if you change him, you're not going to get a newer audience, and they are not going to be happy with the old womanizer from the 60s. So when they make the new Bond, they're going to have to change a couple things. And the one thing that I think they're going to stick to is that he is a veteran. And if he's a veteran, that's going to control the age that he has to be. If you have a realistic backstory and you can't change that or the audience will detect it, I think he has to be in his 40s. Because he has to be from Iraq or Afghanistan and Great Britain, because he's British, participated in both. So he's going to have to be a veteran from one of those wars, which, I mean, those campaigns went on for a long time. But the heavy recruitment happened in the early 2000s for someone who would have been young then. So this actor has to be someone in their 40s. And so for that reason, I think it's not going to be someone young. It's going to be someone like around the age of Henry Cavill, so you can't say it won't be Henry Cavill, because it has to be someone young. That's what they want. I think it's going to be someone in their 40s. Stephen Knight is the writer for the next 007. So Stephen Knight is the writer behind hits like Peaky Blinders. So he has written this kind of character before. And I think he can be trusted to make the changes that are needed and keep what needs to be kept. And I think he's going to come to the same conclusion that I did, and that is that the most redeemable trait that makes him unique, that you cannot change, is that he's a veteran. And I think he's going to land on the same age. And after his debacle at Star Wars, so Stephen Knight was recruited to write a Star Wars series, and he was not the first on this series. I'm not even sure if he was the second. And after a couple rewrites, he got too many notes back and said, I quit, I can't do this, I wish you well. Another project has been shelved. So I don't think Amazon is going to make the same mistake that Disney did. I think that if they've hired Stephen Knight, they know he's the guy for the job. And if he says it's going to be someone 40s, which I'm predicting he's going to say that, I think they're going to listen to him. I don't think they're going to challenge him on that. I think that they're going to let the creative team that they've hired, I think they're going to give them creative freedom on that. So I think Stephen Knight is going to cast someone, is going to write a role for someone in their 40s. Reason number 3, Amazon needs a win, especially on a big expense into creative, intellectual property like this. They want to be taken seriously as a Hollywood studio, not just, it's okay for a movie on streaming. They want serious clout. They want to be taken seriously. And they've made a lot of changes this year. They're going to theatrical release. And they want a hit. Warhammer's supposed to be a hit. But they've invested in IP that hasn't exactly worked out for them. They had to cancel the Wheel of Time. And the Rings of Power is still going. So they bought the Tolkien universe. But it hasn't been a smash hit. And I think this is Amazon, and they're not happy being number 2 or number 3. They want to be number 1. And I think they're going to do whatever it takes to get number 1, and they will not make any mistakes. So I don't think they're going to cast someone young. I think they're going to go with someone that people know, even though it's traditionally not what the Broccoli's would have done. The Broccoli's aren't there anymore. I think they're going to pick someone who can pull in an audience. And I think it's going to be someone famous. I think Amazon wants to be taken seriously, and they need a hit. And they're not going to be taking any risks. I think it's going to be someone that you know. It's going to be a household name. Reason number 2, Jeff Bezos put out that random tweet or X post. So first of all, nothing that Jeff Bezos does is random. He is so private. He doesn't just post on social media for no reason. And he is so strategic. Whatever he's planning, he has a reason. He's not going to put this poll out there and say, well, whatever the Broccoli's would have done, that's what we'll do. He stepped down as CEO. He's not actively involved. But Prime is still his baby. So I think there's a push. This coincides with the Broccoli's being gone. And it comes right around the time Jen Salke leaves as the former head of content at Amazon. So they're going in a new direction. And if Bezos is putting a tweet out there, it means something. And I think we should all really pay attention, because nothing he does is just for no reason or random. It means something. He's not going to dangle the idea and then just not let it happen. It might not be Henry Cavill, but the fact that he put out that list, that's why I say Cavill or someone like him. He put out that list, and the public wants Henry Cavill. So it could very well be him, but it was all famous people. It was not an option that it wasn't. So I think that's something we should all be paying very close attention to, and I would listen to it, because it's Bezos, and he's just way too powerful for it to mean nothing. Reason number 1, Amazon is a disruptor. Amazon is a disruptor. They have completely changed the face of publishing. And to date, Amazon Prime has not made the same kind of changes in the entertainment business. Now, Netflix has changed it, but Amazon hasn't. And I think you're going to see the same strategy play out here that you've seen in publishing. So if you know historically what happened at Amazon, Jeff Bezos didn't agree with these gatekeepers in the publishing world. He had a problem with the way the publicists and the agents and the editors chose, and the agents chose what gets published and what doesn't. He didn't like that. He thinks it's an inefficient, old, archaic system, and he wanted to revolutionize and democratize the way publishing happens. And he's done that through user data. So when he puts out a poll, it means something. And I think we're going to see radical changes at Amazon in the coming future. It's going to be not just like an okay streamer. I think they're going to become number 1. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And then again, they changed everything in publishing with Kindle. So they've been in entertainment, but we have not seen those big changes. And I think you're going to see that. So there's not going to be any gatekeepers telling Jeff Bezos how things are done. And I think that's probably the problem he had with the Broccoli's, which is pure speculation. But whatever happens, I think you're going to see this disruptive force, because clearly whatever's going on behind the scenes, Bezos has stepped back in to some degree because he's obviously not happy with the way things were going. So those are things I would watch for. I think he's going to revolutionize entertainment. Amazon is going to theatrical release. And I think we're going to see a totally new Amazon MGM Prime in the future. And it will be whatever Jeff Bezos says. And it's going to be data-driven and customer-driven. So whatever the public wants, that's what the public is going to get. So there you have it. That is my prediction for the next James Bond 007. Hope you enjoyed it. If you agree or disagree, please tell me in the comments. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and we will see if I was right or if I was wrong. See you next time. Thanks for watching.